I've got the mower cleaned. It's getting ready to go back to the dealer. It has cut its last yard for me. And yeah, it's a little sad. Cleaned up pretty good. It's got, how many hours did we end up with? 77.9 hours. So I want to give you guys my my parting thoughts, conclusions, last words on the mower, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely love this mower. This thing, this and the Super S, they seem like they're cut from the same fabric. The Super S it's a little heavier, it's 100 pounds heavier, and it has a pump and motor setup. It's a little slower. I believe it's 9 miles an hour. And the Wright will go 12.5 miles an hour. But I will tell you this, that both of them are phenomenal mowers, and you can't go wrong with either. Can't go wrong with either of them. Same engine, same power, same deck size. Either one you choose, if you are on the fence about one of these mowers, I don't think you can go wrong. I think basically it would come down to price, probably, or dealer availability, whichever dealer is nearest to you and that you like. I like this mower just a tiny little bit better because of the controls. I've told you guys over and over, I am used to the quad lever controls. I can operate it much easier than just the single or the double sticks, and that's just my preference. Now, I wish that I had taken time to play with the air in the back of the tires on the Hustler. Had I done that, I think the ride, because that mower also, trying to get away from the school bus, that mower also suffered from a very severe ride in bumpy yards. And I'm going to tell you, today, when we did the large fescue yard, we were going full speed. We had put the air down to 8 psi. This thing is like you're floating on air now. It is unbelievable. If you look at the tires, you couldn't tell that they're that low. If you press on them, you can. But those tires absolutely are phenomenal when they're at 8 psi. And if I had the mower for a longer time, I probably would try 7 psi. But you can feel no roots, no harsh bumps in the yard. You can feel a little bit of that from the front, but not from the not really standing on the platform. And the other thing that I would probably do is remove one more of the isometric little bumpers and try that and see what happens with one, because I'm about 200 pounds. Josh is, I think, 150, and he even said it was like it's like an air ride now. So I wish I'd done that with the Super S, but both of them cut, to me, once you get the deck pitched correctly, I think they both cut the same level. They both cut very, very good. I think that is the main thing, is people not having the deck pitched correctly, not having your air pressure the same. So if you're suffering with that, you can go back and look at the video, but it's very critical. So the one thing that I don't like about this mower, which I've already went over, is I don't like the height adjustment. I don't like the fact that 2.75, right? 2.75 is the lowest, and 5.75 is the highest, until you drop put the axle in this location right here. It's up an inch, and it even has a little diagram that shows you if it's in this position, these are the values here, and if you put it in that position, you just subtract 1 from everything. Come on, Wright. All your other mowers go down to like 1.5 inches. There's a lot of people that cut Bermuda, and we cut around between 2 and 2.5. But anyway, at least they gave us an option to do that. And as I had said in one of the videos before, if I had this mower, I would get the standard X decal and put it over that one, and then the numbers would be correct, because that one starts, I think, 1.5 or maybe 1.75. Anyway, the numbers would be correct and I wouldn't have to think about it. So that's really the only thing I don't like. Now, this particular mower, and some people actually pointed it out in a couple of the videos, that it's surging when it's on fast idle. When the throttle is all the way full and it's just idling with no load on it, and that's a carburetor issue. It's kind of weird, you know. It's only got 77, but I don't know. There could be a piece of dirt or something in the jet that's causing it to do that. Hondas will do that. My HRX 217 did that for years and years, and then all of a sudden just stopped doing it. It doesn't do it anymore. So, and I took the carburetor apart once to see if there was anything in there, but that plus every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, when I was in the yard and it was a little bumpy, it would kind of bumble a little bit. Not like it was cutting off, but I've read all over in the forums about, and I don't know if it's specifically with this engine, but it does that. And it's not like it was super fast, because we went 12 as fast as this mower would go in some of the yards, and it would just randomly do it. So I don't know, but I do know that it is a problem, and I don't think it's just a problem on the Wright mowers. I think it's a carburetor issue with the Kawasaki's. Trimstar doesn't do it. It's got a 600V, but it doesn't go as fast, and it's, you know, it's a different engine. So but overall, the mower is phenomenal. Now, here's the question I know everybody's going to be wanting to know. Am I going to buy this mower, or am I going to buy the Hustler, or am I going to keep looking? And as of right now, I'm going to keep looking. Here's the problem. This mower, on paper, I could use it on about 75% of my yards. In reality, it's really more like 45%. And for me, the tipping point really has to be at least 60% of the yards I need to be able to utilize the mower on. Now, that's not to be said that this can't do the front yard and then try to go through a gate. You have to use a Trimstar, so we have two mowers going. That's always an option. But the problem is that while this mower is really good on hills, I mean, obviously it's not even in the same universe as hill holding ability for the Trimstar, and I don't expect it to be. It does good. It does very good on the hills, and it does good side sloping, and it does a lot better when I lower the air pressure, because it's just got more grip. There's more rubber on the ground. So that's one problem. Most of the privacy fences around here is what we have. We don't have. You almost never have people that have chain link, the real small ones. Those are usually like 38 inches, so you'd have to get a 36 in there. But almost all standard opening on privacy fences are 50 inches, so the 48 barely fits in there, you know, because you've got to account for a little bit of past the blades where the deck is, because I think the mowers, like the Trimstar, is 49 inches, so it barely fits. People with double gates, it doesn't matter. You know, you can get a 72 inch in most of those. The problem is that this would eliminate any use of any backyard that I have a 50, and most, like I said, most of them are 50 inches. So this would have to do either yards that are flat enough to where I don't need the Trimstar on the hills, and it would have to either be front yard or front and backyard with the with no gates or a double gate. So it's a hard decision, because really, if I can't get this in some gates, well, why not just get a 61 inch? Then my production per hour goes up, and it will hold the hills better. But I don't really want a 61, and the problem is that it won't fit on my leaf trailer if I have to use that as a backup, because the leaf trailer is 60 inches wide. It's a very small trailer. So there's a lot of considerations. I am not at all saying that I'm not crossing either of these mowers off the list. I had super high hopes, and the best thing about this mower is that it's a mid-size mower with a gigantic engine on it. I said that I would not need more power in one of the demo videos that I did. After doing the leaf cleanup, where those leaves were several feet thick in some places, and the leaves were wet at the bottom because it had rained an entire week straight before that. And this mower, it didn't just make them into that fine confetti, it destroyed the leaves where it made them into dirt. I mean, literally, it was as fine as potting soil. I've never seen a mower do that, and it doesn't even have the blades I would put on there. I would put the Ballard Ripper blades on there, or the hybrid gold blades, which are better than these Gator blades. And of course, I'd have a chute blocker. That's the other thing. I had to pull the trim star out on that job. I don't think I showed it, but because this mower throws whatever it's cutting 10 to 12 feet, and if you're doing an inside box pattern, you're trying to mulch up all the leaves, it just does, you know, you have to either go backwards and do it on the suction side, but either way you're still getting you're still messing up what you just cut. And this mower makes stuff look like a vacuum. It's just absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing. So it would, you know, I have chute blockers on everything, and that's part of the reason. But this mower is twice as powerful. The engine is twice as powerful, almost, as the engine in the trim star, and it makes a huge, oh my goodness, it makes a big difference. So basically, this is kind of like you took a Honda Accord and put a V8 engine in it. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe if I go to a stander, I may have to look at a 48, because I know that the 48 will go at least into every area that the trim stars will go to, because there's some places in some yards that I can only get through there, not even a gate, I'm talking about because of landscaping and stuff. I can only get through there in that area with a 48. Like, it's really tight, and this 52, it wouldn't do it. So I'd have to stop it, go get the trim star, have them do that, you know, and then trying to get, because these are different brands, and trying to get the height cut exactly the same, you know, then you got that to worry about. But overall, this is what I want to say. If you can use a stander, and you're looking for a stander, the Wright or the Hustler Super S, you're not going to go wrong with either of them. If you said you can choose one, take one, I'm going to take the Wright, just because I like the controls better. That's it. Both of them are phenomenal mowers. Phenomenal. So I am really going to be having to think about, you know, because it's, well, today is the last day of January, so in 2 weeks I'm going to be sending out the schedule to all my customers, and then second week of March everybody's going to get their first cut. So we're, you know, about 6 weeks away from starting to mow again. The grass will start greening up around here, and we'll be going. Oh, I wish I'd had my phone in my pocket yesterday when we did the last yard. I was contemplating, I almost grabbed the stander to do the leaf cleanup, and I'm so glad I didn't, because for the first time ever, I got a trim star stuck in mud. I did not know that. It was almost like quicksand. Next thing I know, that thing is up to the hub, and it took 2 of us to pull it out. And if I had gotten this stander stuck, probably would have had to have a winch to get it out, because it would have sank so deep. But it was really, 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 oh my goodness, I was so mad, but I couldn't. It was the mud, it was so slick, it was like gumbo. And I did fix the yard and everything with the rake, hard rig, but it was like jelly. It was horrible. And the only time I've ever gotten a mower stuck before was my 36 stander. So, but yeah, I have thoroughly enjoyed, and I wish I could use this mower longer. I wish it was spring where I was actually cutting grass and I could use it on all of my yards. But I'm running out of customers right now, because all these mowers that, I mean, all these yards that we've been doing, that was the final service for them, because there's nothing else to do on them until it starts growing again. So you know, I could continue to use it on leaf cleanups, and man, what a time saver. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and take it back and let somebody else use it. But I have thoroughly enjoyed this stander, and my hat is off to Wright for doing this, for making this mower. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Give me a comment, give me some opinions, give me, you know, and just remember the terrain that I'm in is very hilly. So if I was in South Georgia or an area where it was flat, no question at all, I would definitely have a 52-inch stander. Absolutely no question. But we're in that just transition zone, so I can use the Trim Star in 100% of my yards. And while it is a lot slower and it's not as high a production, you know, it's been working for years, and it's allowed me to pick up yards that frankly I wouldn't have been able to get. This stander is not even going to be able to do the hills. So anyway, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about, you watch the videos, what do you think about this stander? Try it out. If you're interested, reach out to your well, actually I think you can just go directly to the Wright mower website, and there's a link at the top. You can request a demo, and the guy for your area, or girl for your area, will get in contact with you. That's what I did, and they contacted me within, gosh, I think it was less than an hour. It's just that this mower, somebody has had it since October. Yeah, they got it really dirty. But yeah, I'll give y'all one final look. If I had this bucket would be gone, as I said before, and I would put a trimmer holder on here. But so I put everything back. I'm leaving the axle here. I'll let the guy know at the shop, because anybody that's going to use it around here is going to be cutting Bermuda. So but yeah, it came out nice and clean. Hate to let it go, because it is a fun mower. If nothing else, it's just fun to scoot around on. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this demo series, and I will talk to you on the next one.